Nestled amidst the emerald hills of Andhra Pradesh lay the village of Anantapur, a place where time seemed to stand still. Small and secluded, it was the kind of place where secrets whispered on the wind, carried through the rustling leaves and the gentle breeze. The villagers were simple folk, their lives steeped in tradition and folklore, passing down stories from generation to generation. But there was one tale that chilled even the warmest heart, a story that cast a shadow over the village. It was the legend of the cursed telephone number, a tale that no one dared to speak of openly. The number was +91 4040404040, a sequence that seemed innocuous but held a dark secret. Simple to remember, impossible to forget, it lingered in the minds of those who knew of it. It was said that anyone who dared to utter these digits would invite a sinister fate, a curse that could not be undone. The elders spoke of it in hushed tones, their faces etched with fear and concern, warning the younger generation. The number, they claimed, was a portal, a doorway to something far more sinister than anyone could imagine. A gateway to a realm of darkness, a place where lost souls wandered and shadows whispered. The legend was ingrained in the very fabric of Anantapur, woven into the daily lives of its inhabitants. Children grew up hearing the stories, their imaginations fueled by the eerie tales of the cursed number. They were cautioned never to speak the number aloud, let alone dial it for fear of invoking the curse. But curiosity, like a seed in fertile ground, can be hard to contain, and the allure of the unknown often proved too tempting. The curse, as the elders told it, was ancient, passed down through generations as a chilling tale of caution. It spoke of a sorcerer, driven mad by his insatiable quest for immortality and forbidden knowledge. He had sought to cheat death, to transcend the boundaries of the human realm, and to unlock the secrets of the afterlife. In his hubris, he had created a conduit, a bridge between the living and the dead, a telephone number that connected the world of the living to the land of the dead, a number that should never be dialed. But his triumph was short-lived, as the forces he had summoned were beyond his control. The forces he had unleashed proved too powerful, too malevolent, and they turned against him. They dragged him into the abyss, leaving behind only a whisper of his existence, the cursed phone number, +91 40404040. It was said that those who dared to call the number would be haunted by the sorcerer's rage, his spirit seeking vengeance. Their lives would become a living nightmare, a relentless descent into madness and despair, with no escape. Generations had passed since the curse first surfaced, yet the legend endured. Yet the fear remained, as potent as ever, a shadow over the village. The number was a specter that haunted their lives, a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of their world, a darkness that could be awakened with a single call. It was a humid afternoon when the group of friends stumbled upon the legend. They were teenagers, their lives a tapestry of boredom and teenage angst. Ravi, the ringleader, was known for his daredevil antics. He scoffed at the story, his eyes gleaming with mischief.
A cursed phone number? That's just a story to scare children.
His three friends, Priya, Vijay and Rani, were more hesitant. They had grown up hearing the tales, their hearts instilled with a deep-seated fear of the unknown. But Ravi's confidence was infectious. He dared them to prove their bravery, to defy the legend that had haunted their village for generations. And so, fueled by a potent cocktail of teenage bravado and morbid curiosity, they decided to make the call. The silence of the evening was shattered by the shrill ring of Ravi's mobile phone. He had insisted on making the call, his fingers trembling slightly as he dialed the cursed number. The others watched, their faces pale with a mixture of fear and anticipation. The phone rang once, twice, 3 times. Just as they were about to breathe a sigh of relief, a voice answered. It was a voice that sent shivers down their spines, a raspy, hollow sound, as if it emanated from the depths of a tomb. It spoke in a language they couldn't understand, a series of guttural sounds that seemed to claw at their sanity. The air grew heavy, the temperature plummeting as a wave of icy dread washed over them. Ravi, his bravado momentarily forgotten, ended the call with a trembling hand. They stared at each other, their faces etched with a mixture of horror and morbid fascination. What had they unleashed? The days that followed were a blur of terrifying events.
We couldn't escape it, not even in our dreams.
The teenagers were plagued by nightmares, their sleep haunted by the rasping voice from the other end of the line.
I started seeing shadowy figures, always lurking just out of sight.
Ravi, once the picture of carefree confidence, became withdrawn and jittery.
Vijay, the quiet one of the group, began to talk in his sleep, muttering incoherent phrases in a language that chilled his family to the bone.
And Rani, the most skeptical of us all, found herself drawn to dark corners, her mind whispering sinister thoughts she couldn't control.
The curse, it seemed, was real, and it was slowly but surely tightening its grip on their lives. Panic set in. The teenagers, their youthful arrogance replaced by a chilling fear, confided in the village elder, a wizened old man named Arun. Arun listened patiently, his eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and resignation. He had warned them, as had generations before him, but the allure of the forbidden had proven too strong.
You have invited a darkness into your lives. The sorcerer's rage is not easily appeased.
He spoke of an ancient ritual, a dangerous path to redemption that could potentially break the curse. It involved venturing into the heart of the forest, to a forgotten temple where the sorcerer was said to have practiced his dark arts. There, they would have to offer a token of their remorse, a sacrifice to appease the vengeful spirit. Armed with a sliver of hope and a heavy dose of fear, the teenagers ventured into the forest. Each step they took was filled with trepidation, their hearts pounding louder with every rustle of leaves. The air was thick with the scent of decay and the sound of their own pounding hearts. Every breath they took seemed to draw in the essence of the forest's ancient secrets. The path was treacherous, the trees seeming to reach out with gnarled fingers, their twisted branches creating an almost impenetrable barrier, their leaves whispering words of warning, as if the forest itself was alive and aware of their presence.
This place gives me the creeps. It's like the trees are watching us. Are we sure this is the right way? It feels like we're going in circles.
We have to keep going. It's our only chance. We can't turn back now, not after coming this far. I still can't believe we're doing this. It feels like a bad dream, but we have no choice. We have to find out what happened.
They found the temple at the edge of a stagnant pool, its once grand facade crumbling under the weight of time and neglect. The sight was both awe-inspiring and terrifying. As they performed the ritual, their voices trembling with fear, the air crackled with an unseen energy. It felt as if the very fabric of reality was being stretched. The ground beneath their feet began to tremble, the pool rippling as if disturbed by an unseen force. The energy was palpable, making the hairs on their arms stand on end. And then, in a blinding flash of light and a deafening roar, the teenagers disappeared. The forest fell silent, as if holding its breath, waiting for what would come next. The villagers searched for days, but the teenagers were never seen again. Their disappearance cemented the legend of the cursed phone number, serving as a grim reminder of the price of curiosity. The number remained, a silent menace lurking in the shadows. Sometime later, a mobile phone was found in the forest, discarded near the path leading to the abandoned temple. It belonged to Ravi. The screen was cracked, but a single message glowed ominously in the darkness. It was from an unknown number. The number was +914040404040, and the message simply read, "You should not have called." The legend of the cursed phone number lives on in Anantapur, whispered from generation to generation, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lies hidden beneath the surface of our world. Some dismiss it as mere superstition, a story concocted to keep children in line, but others know the truth. They have seen the fear in the eyes of those who dare to speak the number aloud. They have heard the whispers of the wind carrying the anguished cries of those who dared to answer the call. The number remains, a silent sentinel waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to answer its call. So I ask you, dear reader, do you dare to dial plus 914040404040? The choice, as they say, is yours. But be warned, some secrets are best left buried. Some numbers are not meant to be called.